Okay, folks, so today's a little bit different. Close to yesterday, but a little bit different. So, uh, if you look at the actual task today, we're going to try to get to the letter C up here in this corner, okay? And right here I have a code that says drive forward and then wait until. And yesterday we said wait until it bumps. So what we did was we put a sensor in here and we just said whether or not there's a little bumper in the front, and we just said, hey, if this thing bumps, so wait until, and then when this is true, this little thing in here is true, which it is bumped or it's not. So if it's true, so that means it is bumped, then we say please turn left, and then we say, go forward again, right? And then what happens is it goes forward, like it says right here, drive forward. Then it says if it's bumped, it is, then turn left and go forward. So that's what we wanted. Except today we're not going to use this one today. We're going to use an operator and then a sensor. So here's an operator, and there's all kinds of operators. We're going to use a less than. Okay. And then it says if wait until something is less than 50. Then we're going to go to sensors. And there's actually a sensor that distance sensing, it senses right here how far it is. Now if it's circular, you see this oval shape, that means that this block is going to give you like a number, and then these like diamond shapes, they're going to give you a true or a false. So distance found an object, so like right here, so if it says distance found an object, so if distance found an object, it's just going to say true, and if it doesn't, then it's going to say false. That's kind of like what we were using yesterday, right? Right here with this one. Is it pressed? Then it's false. I mean, if it's pressed, it's true. If it's not pressed, it's false. This one is not that. Let's see how it's rounded, right? So we're going to stick it in here. And this green thing is true or false. Either this blue is less than 50 or it's not. So this thing is true or false, this big green thing. And what it says is if this blue thing is less than the 50 that I put here, and you can change this number, then it becomes true, and then it does go down and does the next code. So the wall being 50 millimeters away is pretty close. You can change this to 40 or whatever you want. Whatever. 50 seems to work, but it probably works with 40 or 30 as well. And then so when I use this now, it goes up and it turns left. Perfect. So now I need a few more. I'm going to say controls. Then I'm going to do the wait until. And then I'm going to go to drivetrain, and then I'm going to turn right this time. And then drive forward. And then I'm going to copy this, duplicate, and I do it again. And so if you look, what I need is it's going to go up and left, which it does. And then this way I need it to turn right. So then I need to get those operators, and I'm going to say if it's less than 50, that means it's getting pretty close. That means the distance to the wall is less than some number. And I'm going to do it again for this one. And then I need to put those sensor probes in here, like this thing right here, to say the distance, and then the distance again right here. All right. Now, I need to make this right, perfect. Then I need to make this other one left. You'll see that in a second. Actually, I think I need to make that one right. Let me stop that. I think this one also has to be a right, because we're going to go up to letter C. Now watch this. It senses that thing, so it turns. It senses that wall, and it turns. It senses that wall, doesn't touch it. Oh, it made a right. I went left, right, then left. Left, right, then left. I was right the first time. There we go. And then I'm going to duplicate this one. You'll see why in a second. Oops. Let me delete these. Delete this. Wait, did I not delete it? Here, just throw that away. I want to duplicate that section. There we go. So then left, and then I need to make a right. That's the one I was thinking I was at. Okay, so watch this. So I notice they're all set to 50. So senses the wall 50 away, senses the wall 50 away, senses this wall, makes a left. Then it senses this wall way over here and makes a right. That's not correct. I wanted it to be here. So I need to make that distance further. So when it sees this wall far away, then it turns. So for this right turn right here that I'm looking at, I need this to say, hey, when this is, and this is the part I'm going to have to play with. I'm going to say 300. Let's see if that works. Play. So these are all really close, perfect. Really close, it's going to turn. And then I want it to sense this 300 away. Oh, that looks perfect. 300 was actually perfect. Okay, so 300 worked out fine. So you're going to have to play with that. I got a little lucky on that one. I just kind of guessed by how far it looked and it seemed to work out right. And that was my first try. So you're going to have a long block. You may have to take a couple of pictures. So if this code gets really long, you might have to take a couple of screenshots, you know? So in other words, if the code goes way down here and you can't take a screenshot past it, you might need to take 2 screenshots. So screenshot here, then scroll, and another screenshot here, and then submit both of those. And that's pretty much it. So remember, once again, your goal is to get to C all the way to C right here. But you got to do it with only using these. Use nothing else. Pretty much you're using rights or lefts, you're going forward, and you're distance sensing how far away a wall is, but you're readjusting these numbers so that when sometimes you need the wall kind of far away when you make that turn. These first few turns, you want the wall to be like right next to you when you turn, right next to you when you turn, this one right next to you when you turn. But this one, it's got to be pretty far when I turn. This one, it can be right next to you when you turn. This one, it can be right next to you when you turn. But when it turns right this way, this wall is going to be really far away because you need to turn up that little hole right here. So when it turns right here, it needs to see this wall far away. So there's where you're going to definitely make an adjustment here. Then touch that wall, make a left, touch that wall, make a left, touch that wall, make a right, and then go all the way here. And then at the very end, you don't need to crash your thing. There should be something that says stop driving right here. So just use that stop driving at the end and that should be good. And that's about it, folks.